Hello fam, let's start. This is how the palette looks. It's a Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped palette, and girl, so beautiful, very neutral, but you have a bunch of shimmers and a bunch of shades with different undertones, which I kind of liked. And here are the swatches. I already did them because I can't do them live, you know. First shade is High Tide, Shall We Dance, Sun's Out, Nude Beach, Sun Chaser, Surfboard, Shell Yeah, Butter Pecan, Golden Hour, Hey Honey, So Hot, Chai Times, Cocoa Glow, Bonfire Babes, Sandy Cheeks, and the last one is Black Sand. And these swatched so well. As you can see, they're very pigmented, and you can see each shade pretty clearly. So let's just start with these looks. I'm priming the lid with my P. Louise base, blending that out with a fluffy brush so we get an even base coat. I'm gonna start off with the shade Nude Beach. You guys, this shade is perfect. We're just tapping it all over the crease, really building that up. I try to do tapping and then I do back and forth to kind of blend it out. And I was really trying to build this up here because I wanted the crease to get as dark as possible with that shade. Going in with the shade Cocoa Glow and a smaller brush, look how pigmented it is. We're hitting it right on the crease, building it up. It applied a little bit patchy, but I think it was because it was the brush, not the shade. And I just kept blending in and tapping, so we got rid of that patch. Going back in with Nude Beach, just diffusing those harsh edges. Using our primer once again, cleaning up that lid. I'm not doing a super clean cut crease, I mean, just cleaning up that area. Going back in with Cocoa Glow. And then back in, of course, is always reinforcing our steps with Nude Beach. Getting this clean brush and just getting the edges. This will help diffuse those edges even more. Using the shade High Tide, it is the lightest matte shade. It's like a peach shade, just tapping it all over that wet base. Look how pretty that shade is. Back in with a small brush and Cocoa Glow, hitting it right on the crease, building that sucker up. Back in with the fluffier brush and Nude Beach. And you guys, this Gucci liner, I was reviewing it this day, but look how beautiful and black it is. But anyway, you guys know I love me a good wing, so here we are with the wing. You don't have to add a wing if you don't want to. You can just leave the look as is. And then full face and everything, using my LA Girl Bright Liner. You guys, you need this liner. It brightens up the whole look. Back in with Cocoa Glow and hitting it in the lower lash line with this flat brush. Really building it up, but keeping it thin. And then blending it out with the same shade and a bit of a fluffier brush, but this brush is small too, so it keeps it nice and tight. Now with the fluffy brush and bringing it super close to create a nice gradient in the lower lash line. Using the shade Shall We Dance, hitting it in the inner corner. Ooh, I wanted this look to be all matte, but I needed to use the shimmers because this inner corner was so pretty. So fam, this is look number one with the matte and a quick wing. Let's move on to look numero dos. All right, starting off, I already primed my lids with concealer this time, using the shade Golden Hour. It is a beautiful pink shade. We're gonna tap it with a fluffy brush on the crease, really building that sucker up. Don't mind me, I'm very heavy-handed. And just building it up as much as we want. Using the shade Butter Pecan, blending out those edges per the usual. Getting this small brush, using Chai Times, we're gonna start creating a fluffed out wing, smoked out wing, you know what I mean? And just tapping it over. And I'm literally just following the shape of my eye and going up towards my brow. Using the shade Hey Honey, look at how pretty this is. Like a beautiful pumpkin like orange shimmer shade. And then getting this brush, getting the little areas my finger doesn't get. Using this pointy Real Techniques brush, using Cocoa Glow, we're gonna hit it right on the crease. I felt like we needed more dimension in this look. Back in with our first shade, blending those edges out. And of course, a wing using my Kat Von D tattoo liner. You guys, this liner is bomb too. This is by far such an easy liquid liner to use. Like, that says a lot, you know. Keeping the liner super close to the lid, not doing it thick, and then cleaning that edge up. And then I just needed more. So we're going with black sand and buffing it right on top of the liquid liner because I felt like it just wasn't blending well. The eyeliner looked a little random. We had to buff it out and smoke it out a little bit. Back in with my LA Girl liner, you know, I love it. Hitting the waterline really quick. Using black sand, again, keeping it super close to the lower lash line. You could buff it out as much as you want or keep it as close. I personally just like close lower lash lines. I don't know why. And getting Golden Hour, the pink shade, and you see, keeping the point of the brush close to the lower lash line. That's how we're gonna keep it super close. Using the shade Sandy Cheeks, hitting it on the inner corner. Ooh, so cute. All right, fam, this is look number 2, beautiful golden look. Let's move on to look numero 3. All right, starting off using the shade Nude Beach and a fluffy brush, again, hitting it right on the crease, really building it up, doing tapping motions. Using the shade Sun Chaser, it's a bit deeper than Nude Beach and hitting it right on the crease, really deepening that area up. We're also creating a bit of a gradient. Using Cocoa Glow, hitting it in the crease again, building the crease up. The focus is gonna be the crease today. Now I'm creating a bit of a triangular shape because I wanted this look to be a little winged out. Back in, reinforcing our steps with Nude Beach and buffing out those edges. Using P. Louise, cleaning up that lid. And I'm using a bit of a fluffy brush so we don't create super harsh lines like a full-on cut crease. I'm blending it out with my finger so we create the gradient with the finger. Then using the same shade, you know, reinforcing our steps, making sure no lines look harsh, you know? Using Surfboard, you guys, this shade, you can't really see it right now, but you'll see it towards the end. It's so pretty. And then going in with Shell Yeah, hitting the inner corner and blending it in with Surfboard. Surfboard has like a purple pink. Getting the brush with Shell Yeah, you know, blending it out. Back in with Cocoa Glow and just blending everything out. Using the brush we used Nude Beach with, blending that out. And with this clean brush, we're getting High Tide, blending that out because I felt like the edges looked a little rough. Back in with the Gucci liner and creating a nice dark wing. I needed this wing to be super dark, and this is the darkest eyeliner I have, which is new. So we're just creating a thin wing. Going in with Cocoa Glow and again hitting it in the lower lash line, of course keeping it close. Back in with my liner, you guys know I love this thing. And then blending the line out, using Sun Chaser, blending that out, using the very tip of the brush, keeps it super close. And then Shall We Dance in the inner corner. I feel like Shall We Dance, Shell Yeah, and Surfboard all just meshed so well together. And this is the look. Don't leave, I do have an outro and a quick review on the palette. See you in the outro. All right, fam, this is it. This is the third and final look using Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Strip palette, you guys. At first, I just got it because it's Sunset Strip. You know, I'm from Hollywood. I just felt like I needed it. And look, isn't this cool? Like, it lights up your face. That's not really the point, but I did see that yesterday. And I was like, oh, I like that a little bit. When I first saw the palette, I'm like, okay, your typical, nudes. There's so many out there. We can get a drugstore, you know, that's just how it is. But something about these nudes, the undertones are very, very different. It's not your typical neutral undertone. You have neutral. This one has like a bit of a olive undertone. This one's warm. This one has a cool, and this is like a brown gray. So you have different shades working. I used the majority of the shades on the 3 looks. The shimmers are beautiful. They're not as shimmery as I thought they were going to be, but they do lay on the lid very, very well. The eyeshadows do last all day because I wore all 3 looks all day long and they didn't really budge. Texture didn't get worse throughout the day because that can happen. Things can break apart and look a hot mess. I really like this palette as an everyday palette. I feel like I can pull it out, do quick looks with it because it's so pigmented. The mattes are very, very creamy. They're not patchy, and there was no fallout. When I tell you no fallout, that like, it's not a big deal, but then when it doesn't happen, it's kind of a big deal. I'm like, dang, I had no fallout. I could have done my base first and then my eyes, but you know, I do the other way around. Shades are very pigmented, blendable. The shimmers though, they're a little bit lackluster, I will say. I don't mind that because, you know, I'm not a big shimmer girl. I'm a all full matte and probably like a little shimmer in the inner corner, but the shimmers are beautiful. Like, I just love how they kind of mix and match very, very well. I love this inner corner that we did today. It is a little bit pricey. Can you find something like this at the drugstore? Yeah, you probably can, but I don't know, I just really liked it. Get a good even amount of matte shades and shimmer shades, and these pans are pretty big, so this palette will last a very long time, especially because it's a nudes palette. You're most likely to wear it more often than like a colorful palette. I had a fun time using it, but I hope you guys enjoy these 3 looks. I probably will use this again in like a second impressions video or something, but of course, let me know which one is your favorite look. You guys know we're always chit-chatting in the comments. I honestly like them all. They're all my favorite. They're all like my little babies. I feel like we have the same style going these 3 looks because I don't know. When it comes to nudes, I'm like, I play on the safe side of things, but I really liked it. I think all the looks came out so good and they came out pretty fast. I didn't have to go back and fix them, which happens a lot of times when I'm filming. Like, I take pictures and then I check, make sure I don't have patches and stuff. With this palette, super easy. Yeah, I got this at the sale, so I did get it for 20% off, but I did see Too Faced website has sales like on and off, well, all the time because I get the emails. If you want to check it out, I will link it down below so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I think this is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, spending a little bit of your day with me. Let me know which one's your favorite look, and I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.